Good morning, open heart. It is good to be here with all of you. And Namaste. The divine within me celebrates, honors, and rejoices in the divine within you. And so I'm glad to be your messenger today on this fifth Sunday, and glad to be in this sacred and holy space with all of you. So our theme this month has been New Beginnings. And my title today is In the Beginning. And my talk verse, or the verse that is the foundation for this, is in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So one of my annoyances as a pastor and now as a divination professional is how people expect God to save the day and clean up the mess they made. Or, the goddess is the spare tire in times of emergency. Well, this is what I mean. When I was a pastor at a church in California, the founding family was a big part of what happened there. And one day, one of the daughters came, and I hadn't seen her, and she had her son. And I was like, "Hey, so good to see you." She says, "Well, we have court tomorrow, so I just wanted to come and say my prayers." So now part of me is like, you ain't stepped foot in this church any other day, and all of a sudden, right, God's going to fix the mess. And as a divination professional, I don't do these type of readings, and I cannot stand this question. Are me and my ex getting back together? See, because when it comes to love, we get all caught up in the feelings and in the lust, and we just move forward repeating the same old patterns and ways of being. And then when it doesn't work out, we want to go running to God or running to the divine to fix it. How different would that relationship have been if we had started with God in the beginning? Right? The relationship might not have gone forward, right? And so I just don't be coming at you weren't even thinking about God. Don't be trying to show up now. And then Easter Sunday was my least favorite Sunday as a pastor. Because folks God's your spare tire. You don't be thinking about God all during the year, but all of a sudden on God's special day, you're going to show up. And so somehow you think, well, if you get in some kind of mess, be like, well, I was at your place. Remember on Easter? I was at your place. This is my old pastor, Pastor May. My father in the ministry, I used to love him. On Easter Sunday, he would say, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Halloween, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, and Happy Valentine's Day, because I know I won't see you again until next Easter. Wow, I love me some Pastor May. All right, God is not, the divine is not, sacredness is just not something you use whenever. It is about a relationship, in my opinion, I'll say. And so why not have God in whatever new beginning you're wanting to start in the beginning? The Bible starts with those words, in the beginning, God. And for every new beginning that I'm encouraging us all, myself too, to have God be in the beginning. And it's not that strange of a concept in the Yoruban religion, the Nigerian religion. The Orisha Eshu is the God or the divine energy that you would make an offering to or placate at the beginning so that there could be good luck and doors opening. John talked about big living. And yes, to live big and to live large in a way that is transformative, you've got to have God at the beginning. God, just look at everything that God is the expert at living large. And we can start in that new way, in our new beginning, with that presence of the divine. We can then step into living big. And then even to be aware of the sacred presence. Sometimes I think when new things are beginning, we're so caught up in, I got the power and I'm doing this, okay, but you're not even aware of the divine presence. And the divine's not going to just come barging in. You have to invite. There's a story in the Old Testament where Joshua is ready to lead the armies of the children of Israel across into the promised land, and they're camped out. And he sees this person and being bold, right? Because Joshua was the one who said, when the other spies were like, oh, the people are big and we can't do anything. Joshua and Caleb were like, no, we can take them. We've got God on our side. So Joshua's got this boldness. So he sees this person. He walks up to him. He says, okay, you for us or for them? And the person's response is, no. I love that. Not like, well, it's like, no. It says, I am the commander of God's army, and Joshua gets straight down on his knees. He recognizes that he is in the presence of a divine being. That God himself came and said, look, I got this. I'm here. Invite me. Recognize me. Bring me in to this new beginning. And when it comes to new beginnings, start with the divine. But remember that divine works through people. And not all of us going to get some magical angel on our side. Sometimes we have to work with people. Invite the assistance of the universe at the new beginning. You know, Renee Crone, our beautiful angel in my life, she has started this amazing community called Tarot Love Community. And she's brought divination professionals from all over the country. And probably there's some international people there together. And so she has been, Manasa, I need you to do this. I want you to do this. So she wants me to do what many of the other people do, which is have a weekly program. It's done live. You do it through StreamYard. See, I can tell you all those things, but it was really new. And I was not confident in myself and afraid to do it. But finally, I just went to Renee and I said, listen, I'm afraid to do this. Can you help me? Oh, we got on the computer together. She took me through a whole walkthrough. Through this angel, the divinity was able to help me take those next steps to begin that new beginning of bringing my business, bringing my gifts, bringing my talent and my light, my transformative presence to YouTube in a new way. And, Renee, thank you. So we can invite God in at the end to create a new beginning. And that is called surrender. That oftentimes when it's too late to ask God to invite the divine in at the beginning, once we're in the midst of it, we can surrender in that situation. Marianne Williamson says, the moment of surrender is not when life is over. It's when it begins. One of my favorite stories from my girl Oprah is that she had auditioned for The Color Purple. Yes, back in the day, Oprah had to audition. And she just, she called the person and said, hey, was there any update? Like, don't be calling us. We'll call you. And Alfre Woodard has, auditioned for this spot. And she is a real actress. And so more than likely she's going to get this. So, stop calling us. And so Oprah took it upon herself. They don't want me because I'm fat. And so she went to what, in her words, is a fat farm, and she was working out. And as she got to working out, an old hymn came to her mind. I surrender all. That hymn came through her mind, and she started to sing that hymn. And she thought, Alfre Woodard is an excellent actress, and she would look awesome in that. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie with Alfre Woodard in this role. I'm good. I am grateful that I had the opportunity, but you know what? I surrender it. Let this professional woman, she's good. And she's running around the track, and here comes someone running out. And they say, Steven Spielberg's on the phone for you. And the rest is history. It was at that surrender that she didn't gig the divine in the beginning of the process, but she was able to surrender. And it gave the divine the capacity to work, to move and groove on her being. I think one of the best sentences of surrender is into thy hands I commend my spirit. Master Teacher Jesus on the cross said, at the end, what looks like the end, that divine wisdom, that divine connection, that divine knowing knows, no, I'm just getting ready to move into a new phase. And so right now, into my hands, into your hands, could be his hands too, right? Because we're all one with God. But into your hands, I commend my spirit. And that a new beginning can be at any time. This is a quote, an anonymous quote. Every morning has a new beginning, a new blessing, and a new hope. Well, one of my YouTube readings that I was doing, I said, listen, people ain't trying to change on January 1st. Because if you want to lose weight or eat better or start working out, you can do that on October 10th. You can do it on November 3rd. You can do it on March 27th. You can do it on July 18th. You don't have to wait till January. So doing that is really, in my mind, let me know you ain't really trying to be about something. And that's okay. Just admit it and move on. But we can start a new beginning anytime. Anytime. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. Her mercies are new every morning. Great is God's faithfulness. That we can start a new beginning at any time. And let us begin by inviting God into that new beginning, bringing that divinity, bringing a new presence, being open and understanding that that presence of the divine may come through a person. And that if we're in the midst of the mess and it's like, I didn't think about the divine and now I'm here, surrender. Surrender. And then you can start the new beginning anytime. Anytime. It's a good day for a great day. I end our time together with this quote. Dreams are renewable. No matter what our age or condition, there are still untapped possibilities within us, a new beauty waiting to be born again. Let's live large. Let's look at endings as new beginnings. And then John's powerful sermon last week. Sometimes you got to remove some stuff to renew some stuff. New beginnings. Let's do it together in connection with the divine. Blessings.